I have no idea what his motives are, but it strikes me that being vocally and even hysterically anti-Trump right now is a great way to reimagine your reputation and your career, and get a contract with mainstream media.
Well, in the mainstream media, and then you think of all those other people who are sort of jockeying for a possible position in the future Biden administration, which makes me pretty nervous because I'm looking at the people who are surrounding Biden right now on his foreign policy and national security advisory teams. I'm looking at these never-Trumpers who are currying all this favor with the inner circle of Biden, and they're all either neocons or interventionists, or the people who were part of the entire failed war policies beginning in 2001 until this day. Because let's face it, all of the failure is shared by both Democrats and Republicans, and those are the people who are rising to the top. And it's Washington culture. They see an opportunity. And it kind of makes people like us sick because, we're sort of rooted in principle, but these guys aren't. And that's why these never-Trumpers, I don't want to give them the time of day because they're not even really Republicans. They're definitely not conservatives. They're just political animals. But they have this sanctimony to them that it just totally gets under my skin. I could see I have nothing against political animals. I mean, people make their livelihood any way they want. I mean, it makes the world go around. But the smugness and the arrogance and the sanctimony turns me off.
And you just ably described the Washington machine that keeps us in a perpetual war. And I want to go back to and kind of wrap up on the mission of the Quincy Institute. There does seem to be outside the Beltway a very different environment where people. I don't remember the latest poll, but people do want us to get out of Afghanistan, and people do want to see a more reasonable, rational foreign policy. But they're not political pros, and they're not going to spend all their time holding the machine in Washington to account. And there's sort of a public choice argument here. Is we keep doing the thing that the public doesn't want us to do in Washington, D.C. because it pays well to keep bombing countries. And the president has said, and he seems aware of what the American people want. And he keeps falling back to, we got to get out of Afghanistan. We got to get out of Afghanistan. A couple days ago, Rand Paul had a conversation with him and tweeted out, the president has said we will be out of Afghanistan by December 31st of this year. And immediately one of his generals went on, I don't know what, probably MSNBC.
Probably.
And said, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So is he really trying to get us out of Afghanistan? Is he manipulating us, or is he surrounded by this machine that just doesn't move?
Yeah, I think he's surrounded by this machine that doesn't move. And the greatest resistance to Trump fulfilling his promises to get out of these endless wars